Hello everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast is part of a synopsis, as part of an anticipated series, audio podcast series, looking at this series in around another important aspect of laboratory medicine, and aspect of in around the blood sciences and sort of pathology. This audio podcast is a synopsis as part of the probe. This audio podcast, as part of the series, will be this audio podcast synopsis series, and synopsis would be a part of the storm and smash up. This audio podcast series is part of an evidence-based audio podcast, and as part of the consular and shout out. And this audio podcast as part of a Ztorm Robotics production, and part of a Ztorm Robotics production. And through this audio podcast synopsis, anyway, there will be a look at in around a sort of a excuse me, in around a sort of a sort of a review, or a look in on some works that have been developed by a science student Bohtha, based on a particular academic institution in the United Kingdom or UK. And the science student Bohtha actually looks at or developed some works in around looking at cellular localization of protein kinase, or protein kinase 6 in amongst tumor, in aspect of tumor development in a cross where PTK6 is as part of sort of tumor development in across different forms of cancer. So in this audio podcast series, there will be a look at sort of PTK6, the protein kinase, protein tyrosine kinase, protein tyrosine kinase 6, in around sort of aspects of tumor development in around different forms of cancer. And there will be a look at aspects of breast cancer, and in as part of breast cancer, where PTK6 is also referred to as breast tumor kinase, but also where PTK6 is is also a kinase, a tyrosine kinase, which is evidenced in amongst aspects of literature that also relate to excuse me, that also linked to aspects of prostate cancer, and also colon cancer, and additionally, in around again sort of in around breast cancer. So PTK6 has a basis in several forms of cancer, and in context of this sort of evidence-based works that have been developed by Bohtha, there is I look at sort of the tyrosine kinase sort of components in as part of sort of the aspects of the pathology, and this audio podcast series will look to investigate, or look to have an overview, a sort of overview or review in aspects of tumors, some elements in around the structure of BRK and PTK6. A look at sort of the sort of the sort of aspects of in and how BRK and PTK6 are expressed in on aspects of pathology in context of specific aspects of epitopes, and also then in this audio podcast there will be a look at this expression of BRK in breast cancer, and then a look at aspect of BRK, but also PT, P specifically in around PTK6 in prostate cancer, the expression of PTK6 in prostate cancer, and PTK6 in expression in colon cancer, and also sort of some sort of laboratory, some elements of laboratory investigation utilized to identify cancer cells, and then there will be some basis in some conclusions or concluding elements as part of this audio podcast series. So this audio podcast, as again with other audio podcast series, there will be other audio podcast series under Ztorm Robotics production. There will be a basis of citations and references where listeners and viewers are welcome to check out further works in around the theme of this particular overview, in around this synopsis, and as part of the audio podcast series itself. So that draws this audio podcast synopsis to a close. This audio podcast synopsis is part of the probe. This audio podcast is part of the Ztorm and Smash Up and the specials. This audio podcast is part of a consulate and a shout out. And this audio podcast as part of an evidence-based audio podcast series as part of the Ztorm Robotics production.